It is good to be at the Southwood County 2000 football field to begin another prep season here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Welcome to our booth. I'm Milt Van Natta along with Craig Tim, all set to bring you the Lincoln High School Red Raiders home opener. And Craig, a most interesting evening we have in front of us. Kimberly is in town, as in the five-time defending state champion Kimberly ball club, and they're coming off their first loss in years. 70-game winning streak snapped last week against Fond du Lac.
Yeah, and I think when people saw the schedule to start the year, they were thinking, oh, maybe the Rapids would have a chance to break the streak. But I know Fond du Lac's very good. That whole side is really good over there. And Fond du Lac, I know the last 3 years has gotten within about 7 points, and it was kind of a matter of time. And obviously this is high school, so you graduate a lot of good players. I guess I didn't see the game, but I saw some of the highlights. Great game, 28-28. Fond du Lac kicked a 26-yard field goal with a second to go on the clock, and that's the ball game. And it's going to be interesting. It's a beautiful night for football. You have the red and the white against the white and the red, so that'll cause some problems up here trying to figure out numbers and things. But looking forward to it. Glad to be back.
The one word that head coach Tony Biolo used throughout this week in relation to his own club was improve. Spanking last week by Kaukauna, Craig, and Lincoln will need to improve in many areas of the game to compete against the team on Kimberly's level, which is still ranked fourth in the state even with the opening week loss.
Yeah, and of course we didn't see the game, but I read the clippings like you did, and it sounded like the offense did really well. They had some troubles on defense. Pretty high-powered attack in Kaukauna, and we were looking at the schedule. It's a very interesting schedule this year. They're home tonight, on the road next week, and then they're home
for a month.
They're basically here the whole month of September, and then they're done early October this year. So that's going to be interesting in itself. So, and playing on a Thursday night, 2 Thursday nights at home before school starts is kind of unique too.
It is a summer's night. It is warm, temperatures in the upper 70s, a brisk wind from the south, and we're going to turn our attention now down to the field and kick off our coverage of Lincoln Red Raider football right here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Access. Just moments away now from kickoff on this Thursday evening as the Lincoln High Red Raiders get set to host Kimberly in this second game of the year. Both teams come into this one with an 0-1 record. Lincoln having lost to Kaukauna on the road last week. Kimberly lost to Fond du Lac, snapping an historic winning streak. So we're going to get the Red Raiders announced for you. We're going to watch that, a mass introduction of Kimberly a moment ago, and now we'll let you watch as the Raiders get introduced here. This is the offensive unit. Offensive lineman getting introduced. Chandler Berwink will be at center tonight. There's the offensive line. They'll obviously play an important role in the game tonight. Also playing wide receiver, another junior, number 11, Nathan Schooley. At quarterback, junior, number 1, Austin Pelot. Austin Pelot takes over at quarterback, the 6'3", 190-pound junior. Number 7, senior, Nash Coombs and McKellop, the running backs. So we've had all the pregame festivities, and we are all set to kick it off here momentarily. You are watching Lincoln Red Raider football on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. My name is Milt Van Natta to call the play for you. Craig Tim is here. He'll be providing commentary on the action tonight. Art Napgezek and Tom Laux are providing our production tonight, our video production of this Lincoln football game. So Craig, can you think back over your career to a similar situation where you went into a game as a resounding underdog, as Lincoln is here tonight? Despite the loss, Kimberly is still, they're still a powerhouse unit in the state, still a threat to win a 6th consecutive state championship. Can you remember a night when you faced this kind of challenge?
There was a couple of them when I was a sophomore a long time ago. We went up to D.C. Everest. I believe that was the first time Lincoln had beaten what was then D.C. Everest in the history of the school.
Oh.
And that was quite a game. Always rough games when you used to go up to Anago. You get behind by a touchdown, they do a 2-point conversion, and you battle it out and sometimes lose 8-6. But it's quite, and you had mentioned about Kimberly, it's going to be very interesting to see how they respond. But sometimes, as you know, Milt, in sports, sometimes the monkey's off the back. You can kind of say, well, we're done with that, let's just play.
Yeah.
I would argue they may be more dangerous now
tonight
than they were last week.
And they won last week.
And what a way to start your season. You play arguably the best team in the state right off the bat.
Well,
and they're in your conference too, so I guess it is what it is. But
yes, yeah,
they're going to see each other again, I think, down the road, because they'll probably meet in the playoffs, I would think. Although, I don't know, I'd like to see Lincoln. Lincoln certainly can play well and can certainly play with them and can certainly defeat them. That would be the second shocker for the early football season.
So how important? I mean, guys like me talk about this, but you've played the game. How important is it to get some momentum fairly early on in the football game? Have some positive things happen, get some momentum, feel like you're in the game. Is it important or isn't it, Craig?
Very important, I think. And Lincoln's going to receive the kick, so if you can get down there, not necessarily, if you get points, it'd be great, but just to prove you can move the ball, it's really, I think it's very important myself. And we always talk about it, especially depending on the score at halftime. How many times have we always said, when that first 10 minutes of the third quarter is probably the biggest time of the game, and it's all about momentum. I just think it's going to be an interesting challenge, a beautiful night, like we said, a little warm, but it's a lot better than it has been. And
Gavin McBriar will kick it away for Kimberly. And this is a big boot to the far pylon, taken in by Nathan Schooley up the far side. He goes. Nice return across the 25 in the neighborhood of the 27-yard line. He goes, and there the Red Raiders take over, and it will be Austin Pelot at quarterback.
And isn't it amazing how fast time goes? You can remember when we finished the year.
Yeah.
October-ish, and here we are again.
Exactly.
But it's a unique year, and it's unique how things start now because of the earlier games. Lincoln will play, all the teams will play 3 games before school starts this year.
The first down play is an inside handoff, and a carry across the 30 to the 31-yard line goes Nash Coombs. He was the leading rusher in the opener against Kaukauna last week. Probably fair to say that the offense performed better than the 45-6 score would indicate, and we'll be watching them closely tonight as the wideout, Nathan Yonke, stays apart from the huddle. He stays wide to the near side. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. But it's again the inside handoff, and straight ahead for a gain of a couple to the 33.5. I believe that was Coombs again. So it's third down, but a manageable third down. 3rd down and 3. So you have the full playbook available to you here on this early 3rd down play. First possession of the night for Lincoln. So glad that you've joined us on the various platforms of Wisconsin Rapids Community Media for this Lincoln-Kimberly game. Now they're going to fake it. Nope, they're going to hand it off again. Same play as they've run, and this is short of the first down at the 35 by a little over a yard. Coombs carrying inside. It's 4th and short, and now here will come the punt team onto the field. And Craig, purpose in running that same play 3 straight times?
Well, I think just trying to establish the game, the ground game. I took the fake also. I think you did too, Mel.
I thought it was going to be an option to the near side.
And I'm wondering if that was maybe what they were setting up, but maybe not.
Oh, it's a fake on 4th and 1. Nope, he's going to kick it now, and it's a line drive kick that drives the return man back inside the 25, but then up across the 35. Will that be a late hit? I see no flags.
Boy, he really got bent back there, didn't he?
Zach Lechner was the return man, and you worry about his knees the way he was pulled back with his legs underneath him there. So at the 37, here comes Kimberly on their first possession of the night.
And I'm looking at the field, Milt, because I had heard that the field kind of had a tough summer, and frankly, where he just was tackled, 2 of the coaches went over and took out a big divot like we used to do it
in
at
golf.
The country club. Yeah. Yours was the right kind of divot. Mine was the wrong divot. But
Cody Starkle is the Kimberly quarterback with the motion man coming from the far side. They hand it off inside and coming to the 40-yard line. Nice defensive play is made by Tyler Baldoff, the linebacker. He's bringing down Will Fisher, the halfback, after a pickup of, we're going to call it 4.5 yards. Second down. 6 yards to go for, I don't see it on here anywhere, Craig, but I remember Kimberly as the Rockets. Is that what you remember?
I know it's the Nina Rockets.
Oh, the Nina Red Rockets, that's right.
Oh, we have a flag down, Mel.
Are they the Papermakers also? We're going to have to get out the smartphone here at the end of the period.
We should know that, of course.
That's what Nina was the Red Rockets and Kimberly was...
Nina Rockets.
Huh.
And Bob Ness is really mad at me. His grandson Isaiah just graduated from Kimberly.
So Papermakers is the call
right,
from next door. Well, on my second try.
Well, actually, obviously, Kimberly was hometown of what used to be Kimberly and Clark. Now they know it as Kimberly Clark. So a long tradition there.
It's 2nd and 11 after a 5-yard illegal procedure call. 2nd and 11 for Kimberly from their own 35.
That was a very good penalty if you're a Rapids fan.
Inside handoff back to the 40-yard line. Nice job inside by Justin Weefel. He was the primary tackler after a short pickup of up to the 40. We'll bring up a 3rd down here and 8. And am I making too much of it again, Craig, to say 3rd and long? It's kind of important to get them off the field?
Very important.
Okay, just to set a tone early is what we're talking about. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Four receivers out here with 1 back in. Starkle with a long count, gets a low snap. Now there's pressure. He throws in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Connor Wennick, at about midfield. So there's a nice hold for the Red Raiders. They'll get Kimberly's offense off of the field on downs, helped out by an illegal procedure penalty that took away a 1st down. So with 8:27 to go in the first, it will be a punt for Kimberly. Red Raider return man is back at his own 24. And he'll be right there to let the kick bounce at the 27, take a Rapids roll to the 30, and then a Kimberly roll back to the 25-yard line. So here comes Lincoln out for the 2nd time on offense. No score about 4 minutes into this one. Craig was earlier talking about the long homestand after a trip to Oshkosh next week. All the month of September, Lincoln is home. Neenah, Wausau East, Marshfield, Wausau West.
And then I believe they would go to Spash
in Everest.
So those are two tough road games to end the campaign.
Nash Coombs again carrying inside. He has a very short pickup, if any, on that first down run. They're going to give him about a half a yard. It'll bring up second down and long.
Pretty nice crowd tonight, Milt, for a Thursday night. I'm guessing this week and next will be heavy vacation weeks yet for people as they get ready.
For school starts, yep. Probably when that homestand opens up, we'll have a big crowd.
Big crowd, man. I can't remember ever having 4 in a row at home.
And here's that same play. Big
the ball is loose.
And Kimberly's saying they have it. There's no indication of such from the officials, and now the line judge comes in from the near side.
I'm not sure he saw that, actually.
And said
nobody made
contact.
it. Yeah. Nobody made a call.
No, whether he saw it or not, he made a call.
That's exactly right.
And
good call for us, for our side.
So it'll bring up a third and long here. Third down and 9 yards to go for the Raiders.
And of course, you graduated one of the best receivers in the school's history.
Now, first pass play. Pilot in the pocket. He's flushed out. He's on the run, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. A sack there recorded by number 70, Nathan Moss of Kimberly.
And Isaiah Westfall, of course, is who we're talking about. And Milt, I think I had told you he played in the All-Star game. About a month ago, I want to say by now.
Is it Titan Stadium in Oshkosh?
In Oshkosh, the university. That's a big honor for him.
Well, for any player. So Lincoln lines up to punt it away.
And it's blocked.
Marshall, it hits someone from Kimberly at about the 30. He was not trying to block it, but that low line drive kick from Dylan Estiga hit one of the paper makers at about the 30-yard line. I think they'll get credit for a blocked punt, but it wasn't their intent.
No. Just was a slow developing play. And it's not a live ball, correct? It's a dead ball.
Yeah, that's how it was played.
Well, it is. There was a little mix-up there because actually when they first marked the ball, he pointed as if Rapids had it, and then he changed it.
So a big break for Kimberly, getting the ball at the Lincoln 30 after the blocked punt. They toss it inside to the motion man. He's in trouble. The play strung out, and he's taken down for a short gain on the play. Zach Lechner driven out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and 10. Great job for the entire Lincoln defense there to string that play out and give no alley to Lechner to turn that up. So it'll be second down, and they're going to call it 9 as we look across the way to the chain gang. 5.5 minutes to go in this
very fast first quarter.
Inside handoff, and a good run here is carried by Will Fisher of Kimberly. He is inside of the 25 to the 24-yard line. Third down, and we're going to call it 3.5 for Kimberly. First time anyone's had the ball on the other side of the 50-yard line. And
I wish we'd have received the memo, Mel. I see people going by with Hawaiian clothes on. You look good in a Hawaiian shirt.
I've got a blue Hawaiian shirt.
Nothing to do with Elvis?
And he's going to be very near the first down, but according to the line judge on the far side, about a half a yard short of a first down.
Well, Milt, you're the coach. What do you do?
I try to cash in on the early block punt. Your defense has stopped the other team on 3 and out for 2 consecutive possessions. I think you trust them to to hold you if you don't make it.
I think they moved it back. It's about 4th and 2.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not where he originally where we saw it, but that's okay.
Starkel takes a low snap. Fisher has the first down inside of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Will Fisher's a junior. He's 5'11" and 185 pounds. And I would assume with the program of Kimberly stature that you've got to do some waiting and working to get your playing time on the varsity level.
I think you're exactly right, Milt.
At the 19, another low snap. There's a pass. Man is open, and it's a catch for a touchdown. Zach Lechner makes the reception, and Kimberly turns the blocked punt into a score. It comes at the 3:44 mark of this first quarter, and Starkel to Lechner from 19 yards. A well-executed pass play, and it comes after the blocked punt.
Ooh, new notebook this year, Mel?
Brand new, Craig.
Oh, man, I'm impressed. Kay bought that for you, right?
She did. Yeah. It was a school sale. I put 19 cents into this notebook. I just want you to know that.
Wow. You're buying drinks at halftime. 19 cents.
Never should have said that. So 7-0 in favor of Kimberly. They get the early lead in this one.
I can just see it or hear it now. Maybe yesterday, maybe last week. Lovely Kay saying, Milt, don't you need something to write down the scores with? And Milt said, oh no, where's my notebook? It's full. So off to Shopko or Walmart or wherever. Saks Fifth Avenue, wherever you guys shop.
Yeah. There is a Fifth Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. I don't know if there's a Saks store on it, but there's a Fifth Avenue.
Also helping out Steve Kipfer, Perry Lawson, and Brian Hudlin.
All right, 7-0 Kimberly. Block punt turns into 7 points, and now Lincoln will get their third possession of this first quarter. Line drive kick will be taken back at the 3-yard line. Here comes Nash Coombs, I believe that was. Yep, he's got it. And he comes up to the area of the 25-yard line. At least early on, Craig, Fond du Lac is the football hotspot in Wisconsin.
It is, yes.
Both in the large division and then St. Mary Springs in the small schools division. 2 number 1 ranked teams early on from Fond du Lac. From the 24, Lincoln's got it, 1st and 10.
Really nice to still see Gus Mancuso on the sidelines. Gus has been a fixture at Lincoln High School for years and years. Glad to see him out there.
Coombs fighting to the 30-yard line.
Coached at Port Edwards for a few years also. Really nice blocking so far by the Raiders. They just have to keep it going here.
Still works with Kent Anderson, Craig, on the defensive line. Gus does.
Kent was a former football player, standout wrestler, I know, also at Lincoln.
A little misdirection, big hit in the hole. Coombs is
and I believe he runs the Boys and Girls Club, if I'm not mistaken. I may be, but I thought that was him.
So now 3rd down and 3. Three wide receivers in the pattern. 2 backs in with Pilock. He wants to throw it far side, pulls it down. He's in trouble. He lobs it out. There's a man out there, and incomplete at the 47 of Kimberly.
If he hadn't had the pressure, he would have had that. I think it just a little bit late on the pass. Very nice
couldn't
effort.
Step forward and throw it the way he wanted to.
Because he kind of thought and he knew he was going to get popped pretty well there.
So Lincoln will have to kick it away here. Lechner, who caught the touchdown pass, is back. High punt that Lechner calls for a fair catch on and makes at the 38-yard line. We'll take ourselves a short timeout with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first period. Kimberly's got it back and they hold a 7-0 lead. Kimberly on 1st and 10. Fisher, big hole in the middle, midfield, and he's taken down there. Good open field tackle by Chase Kester of Lincoln. He made an important stop there. If Fisher gets past him, he's off to the races there. It's a pickup of 12 yards and a first down for the Papermakers.
They used to, I don't know if they do in high school, but I know in some levels they actually document touchdown saving tackles, and I think you're right, Milt, that he might have gone the distance.
And the same play, and there's room in the middle of the 45-yard line. Stop is made by
You know what I really like
Tyler
to see on both teams tonight? You notice both teams are they're running up to the line of scrimmage. It's really fast-paced football. And I think that's really good, especially, of course, it's early in the season, obviously, but it's just really, everybody is just, they're hustling back to the line of scrimmage, both teams, both sides of the ball.
Fisher straight ahead for a first down, and he runs ahead into the arms of Caleb O'Neill at the 35. But right now, they're just running Fisher straight ahead, and they've moved from their own 38 to the Lincoln 35. 27 yards on 3 running plays, and they have it first down and 10 to the Kimberly Papermakers. Their head coach is Steve Jones. Run to the outside this time. It's carried for
another first
down back at the 25-yard line. Luke Todd, the fullback, carrying that one. But the result, a big chunk of yardage, 10 yards and another first down. We're inside of 30 seconds to go in the period. Same touchdown play.
Same play.
Receiver's open. He's got it.
Open
touchdown.
Again.
Different
Same
receiver.
Play.
Connor Wennick made the catch, but it's the same play to net another 6 points for Kimberly.
Well, Meltzer, if you're running it so well, you run and run and run, and then the misdirection pass is really tough to defend.
And the extra point is good to make it 14-0. There's 19 seconds to go in the first period. Kimberly has jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and we will have the kickoff after a short timeout on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
The high school cheer team is hosting the second annual Raider Color Run, which will take place on Saturday, September 15th. Look on Facebook or ask the cheerleader for more details. Here's the roster.
So
pretty tough.
So Craig, there's an assistant coach at Kimberly.
Yeah, I don't.
And there's a player who they said was snapping, and I wondered if Mr. Hankey had said that because it's family. You don't know?
Don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be his nephew. I don't know. Don't really know.
Yeah, I just wondered with them doing the.
Yeah, because that's obviously a different last name. It's not like Wilson or Smith or.
Yeah. I didn't know if he had Kimberly connections because of the the moment of silence and then the guys. Yeah, I don't know.
That was pretty classy that they did that too.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was really nice.
But I mean, yeah, I think you're right.
McBriar set to kick it away, and this is a booming kick inside of the 5. Fielded there, being brought back to the near side by Schooley. He's in trouble, and down he goes right at the 20-yard line as Drew Lechner made the tackle on him. And we'll have one play here likely to end our first quarter of play.
You know, Milt, I sure am glad Tom knows how to do all those buttons. I've been watching him there. He has 4 screens going, 2 computers, a Linksys something thing, whatever, and a camera.
Stunning part of all of it is he has less gray hair than both of us.
Oh. He's not even in that world yet.
Pilot in a slot, it's picked off. This one for the pylon, driving to the 5 and in to score the touchdown is Danny Coltonbaugh of Kimberly. Coltonbaugh picked it off and carried it in to make it 20-0. 18 seconds apart. That he got in as the clock went down to 1 second to go.
Bowling Blues kick number 18, Jackson Rotier. And kicks number 10, Gavin McBriar.
Gavin McBriar to kick it away. Not to kick it away, but to kick it for the point after. He lines it through, and it's 21-0 with 1 second to go. So the kickoff will be the final play of the first quarter.
We just were hoping that wouldn't. You need to need to hang in there now. That was quite a play because when he threw the ball, and it was just like it was almost as if the defender was the receiver. He turned and jumped, and it went right in his hands.
Well, we don't know, Craig, how the game is going to turn out, but I know this. I don't think if you're Lincoln, you're going to win if you lose the turnover battle.
Yeah, I think
you've got a blocked punt and an interception return for. You're going to have to clean up that part to have
it's
an
real
opportunity.
Difficult. That's right. But a long way to go yet.
Yep, exactly. 3 quarters of football, and you're going to have to create some of those turnovers of your own. That's what could propel you back into the game.
Yep. You notice Art has his River King shirt on. I hope that doesn't mean he wants it to get cold anytime soon.
That's all we got till November.
Yeah, no kidding.
McBriar's kick a little bit shorter into the corner. Picked up at the 1-yard line by Schooley, and he is in trouble. And down he goes back at the 5. That's a tough choice to make, to try to come across field from the pylon there. And Kimberly stayed in their lanes and took him down at the 5. 1 quarter in the books. It's Kimberly 21 and Lincoln nothing. We'll return with the second quarter after this timeout. You're watching Lincoln Red Raider football on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
Selling brats, cheeseburgers, refreshments, candy, popcorn, over at the Martin Building.
Lincoln's backed up to the 5-yard line here. Inside handoff goes for a short gain up to, let me see here, about to the 10-yard line. They marked the forward progress at the 7, and they came up to the 10. So it's second down and 7 yards to go.
Well, Lincoln has I was going to say they forgot him out here. That would have been nice, but
Again, an inside handoff. And number 7, Nash Coombs, comes forward to the 13-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. 3rd down and 4. Quick screen out here to the near side, and down at the 11-yard line is Lisitsa. And Lincoln will be punting from deep in their own end. They'll be kicking it away, so it looks like Kimberly might get good field position here. Lisitsa has moved to his right before kicking each time, and here's a
great kick.
Drives Lechner all the way back to his own 45, but he's got room to step across midfield and make his way to the 40-yard line. So Kimberly up 21-0 will start in Lincoln's end of the field at the 40-yard line.
You have a timeout, not?
Is there a penalty flag? There is.
Oh, there is. Everyone. I did not see it. Against Kimberly. So they're back about where they caught the punt. All of a sudden, everything just stopped. That's what I was wondering.
All the way back at the 41. So
I was actually standing right where the 2 windows come down, and it was on the 50, and I could not see the flag.
So at the 41-yard line, Kimberly will take over. 1st down and 10. Little inside handoff in a room here to run. And carrying that football. We do not, folks, have a 33 on Kimberly's roster. That's obviously a change for someone. No 33, so I can't identify that player for you, but that's about a 9-yard pickup. 2nd down and 1 from midfield. Here he goes again for a 1st down, and down to the 43-yard line.
First down for.
So it's a 1st down and
another flag, Milt.
Okay. Far side there, the line judge is picking up the flag.
Looks like we're going the other way this time.
Oh, personal foul
face mask.
Oh boy. That's going to be a 15-yard addition.
High school, it's automatic 15, isn't it?
Oh, all face masks are 15?
I thought so, but I may.
Okay. At the 28 now, 1st and 10.
You almost look like he went too far.
Starkle wants to throw.
Oh, no,
there's
the
that
same play
pattern
again.
to the pylon.
He's got it again.
And it's a touchdown.
They've run that, what, 3 times now?
Yep, that's 3 of the 4 touchdowns.
That's the same play again. To the same side.
28-yard touchdown reception. Pass from number 4, Cody Starkle.
9:20 remains in the 2nd quarter, making it a 27-0 game. Starkle's 3rd touchdown pass of the night, 2 to Winnick. And the point after touchdown by Gavin McBriar is good to make it 28-0. It's a simple play, Craig. It's just they isolate the receiver man-to-man. They throw it to that outside shoulder.
And they can't, and nobody can see it other than the receiver.
They throw it over the top, and that's the same play that's netted 3 touchdowns tonight for this Kimberly offense. 2 to Winnick and 1 to Lechner, and it's 28-0 with 9:20 to go here in this second period of play now.
Milt, you think you would have made a good quarterback in high school?
No.
You don't think so?
That was proven.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I know there was problems at third base in softball.
Yeah,
that was a bad day too, wasn't it?
that was second base.
Oh, second base. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In Arpin, right?
Auburndale. Yeah,
Auburndale.
Auburndale, yep.
Oh man.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't even be playing ball at that time of the morning. Who plays softball at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning? And I'm not even a guy who goes out on Saturday night yet. I know you don't play ball at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. But that really played nothing to do with the fact that I couldn't feel the ball.
And they kept hitting it to you.
Yeah. Coombs at the 20. At the 25 and hit hard at the 27-yard line.
I'm sorry, Milt. You had forgotten that.
No.
And look who brought it up again.
I'll never forget that. I remember it got so bad that inning, Craig, that there was a simple pop-up right to me, and I gave way to the shortstop just so I didn't have to touch the ball again in that inning.
Wasn't that the one where somebody in the fence?
No, that was a different game. Okay,
let's get back to football.
Please. At the 27, Lincoln's got it, 1st and 10. Oh, right in the hole, knifing through. Defensive play made by Trevor Gardner at the 25.
Actually, that was not a bad block on him. He's so big, he just kind of reached over the top and smothered the ball carrier.
6'3", 225 for Gardner.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I mean, there's a few 300-pounders out there. And
so 2nd down and 12. Pelot to throw, in a nice slant, caught at the 35. Nathan Yonke made the catch, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
And a throw from Austin Pelot. Brings up a 3rd one for the Red Raiders.
The thing that's amazing about football now, Milt, is the players are remarkably bigger than 20 and 30 years ago, and they're faster than 20 or 30 years ago.
So here we go on the 3rd down play. Coombs driving. He's got a first down at the 40. So Craig, what did he play at? What weight did you play up?
270-ish.
Oh, okay.
And I was a pretty good size offensive tackle. Now tight ends are, 280. We were pretty, I would say most of the linemen were in that 250-ish lane, 250-ish, somewhere in there. Might have had a 300-pounder.
Off the 1st down, we get a penalty from the official that it was just behind the defense.
Legal procedure, Mount.
Cost the Raiders 5.
Right on the 35-yard line.
1st and 15.
Clock's running, about 7.5 for the first half.
Four receivers, 2 to each side, stacked up on each side. Pelot throwing this side, caught at the 42-yard line and ducking under Dylan Lasitza.
Awesome deal with that throw. Catch made by number 4, Dylan Lasitza. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
We're going to call it 2nd and 7.
You'd really like to get in the end zone before halftime if you can. Clock's running though. You're about almost 6.5 right now.
Want to throw again to Lasitza. He's got it. Drives forward to the 48-yard line. Third down and a manageable 2 yards to go here for Lincoln.
It's nice to see they found a passing game, Milt, all of a sudden. They
just the short passes.
Yeah, they just establish a pattern, and maybe you can break one here.
The slants, the little bubble screens to each side. Raiders have not had a drive with more than one first down so far, so they're looking to accomplish that. They're not going to get it on third down.
It is really tough in there.
I think it's a little short here.
They've already flipped it to fourth down, Milt.
Nash Coombs was the ball carrier.
Fourth and about, what, 1.5 or so?
Yeah. I mean, they've got to get it
past the 50, it looks like from here.
It looks like just...
It's right on the 50, a little bit over.
To the yard line won't do it, but if they can get it just past the yard line, get the nose of the football past the white stripe at midfield, they might have that first down. Fourth down, Raiders go. They're going to hand it straight ahead, and Coombs will dig and fight and get that first down at the Kimberly 49-yard line.
Very nice blocking there.
That was just want to up front on a fourth down play. They get 3 when they needed 2, and with 5 minutes to go in this second period now, the best drive of the night so far for Lincoln. Coombs inside, gets hit. Look at that. Just a feel for Nash. He's 5'7" and 150 pounds, and he is digging up inside there, Craig.
And Logan Wilson is 6'4", 245. I think he had him in a bear hug, Mel.
And that, by my reckoning, is he outweighs him by 95 pounds.
Always the math guy. Thank you. No, I'm good.
Here's the 2nd and 10 play. Pilot steps away. He's hit. Down he goes.
Actually, that was good coverage downfield because
Tristan Argel. He gets the sack back at the 47, and now it's 3rd down and 15.
47-yard line.
we have another
little delay here.
Yeah, I know. Coach Biolo is talking to the official down there.
There's no timeouts.
Now they called one, Mel.
Okay, now a timeout call.
He was standing next to the official, so.
With 3:32 to go in the first half, Kimberly's on top in this one, 28-0. Remember that Lincoln heads to Oshkosh to take on North next week, and then they will return home for that month-long homestand. Neenah, Wausau East, Marshfield's Tigers, and Wausau West. Then road games at Spash to play for the River Jug, and up at DC Everest in October on the 12th. That's what the schedule looks like for Lincoln this year. So you get the first 4 weeks against the new rivals from the East,
and then you get
the last 5 weeks against the long-time traditional rivals and what we would recognize as the Old Valley Conference.
And your final game is on the beautiful AstroTurf up in Schofield.
Third and long. First down's out at the 39. Pilot steps in, he's got a man up and caught at the 25, and they convert the first down. Catch is made by Samuel Wallner. Well executed
Very
there.
nice. Just what they needed.
In fact, it looked a lot like the same type of route that
It did,
Kimberly
actually,
turned
yes.
into 3 touchdowns.
He was wide open.
And Pilot again had a man in his face to work with and work around to get off that throw. It's Coombs with a little running room this time and down to the 17-yard line.
Number 7, Nash Coombs, brought down by number 23, Zach Olson.
He'll get 5, 5.5, and it'll be second down.
Red Raiders will look at a 2nd and 5 from the 18-yard line.
Now he's looking to the far side, throws that slant. It is caught. Down around the 12-yard line. Sitza makes the catch to move the chains. 4th first down of the drive, and Lincoln's march continues. 1st and 10 at the 11. Lincoln with 2 timeouts and Kimberly with 3. Coombs to the outside, inside the 10.
Got
Flag
holding
is
there.
down.
I think we have holding, Milt.
Nash Coombs has carried it into the end zone for what would have been a Lincoln touchdown, but the penalty flag, I think, will cost the Raiders 10 and back them up to outside the 20-yard line. Backfield.
All of a sudden, one of the players, Kimberly, went down fast, and I saw the official right there. So
23-yard line.
All the way back to the 23-yard
boy,
line.
that hurts, doesn't it?
Takes
Well, get it back here.
Takes 6 off the board and puts you behind the chain. First down. Remember now, the first down is at the 1-yard line, so 22. Pump fakes now, goes, has his man underthrown, incomplete, nearly intercepted.
10 for Sam Wallner.
Wallner was initially open, the pass was just a bit underthrown. So it'll be second down and 22.
Just a tick under 2 minutes.
Belot throwing far side, patch
Nice.
at the 10, and a nice play there by, again, Dylan Lasitza. He's a sophomore.
Yeah,
Getting
very good.
significant playing time here at 5'11" and 165 pounds.
And Kimberly calls timeout.
Been used extensively tonight as both a kick returner and a wide receiver. So Lincoln has a third down and about 9 yards to go, and certainly down 28-0. You're looking at doing everything you can to get in the end zone. 2 plays to get in the end zone. I don't think 3 points benefits you much in a game like this.
A number of soccer games they performed this week already, and performing 7 more times this season at Washington Field for halftime of our soccer games. We appreciate their hard work and all their performances.
Just seems, Craig, that you should have gotten the memo about Hawaiian night.
Yeah, I just
They didn't send out the the memo to the alumni.
No. Didn't see it. I don't know if I have a Hawaiian shirt or not. Maybe I do.
Here comes the 3rd down and 9 play. Pilat looking far side, now rush, throws, caught, and incomplete, says
And a
Kimberly.
flag down.
And that
Flag down again, Milt. In the
offensive
backfield. Oh, man.
So it's either going to be 4th and 9 or...
Yeah, good. If it's on Rapids, do you accept it or not?
Yeah. Holding Lincoln.
Again.
And
Oh,
it's
they
declined.
Holding penalty was declined.
So one play here to get to the 1-yard line with the minute 38 in the first half.
4th and 9 from the 10-yard line for the Red Raiders.
Wallner's out here to the near side. Lasitza is to the far side. Schooley comes in the slot to the near side. Pilat back, throws, deflected, intercepted.
Oh,
and on his way down the near sidelines. Coombs is after the man who intercepted the play, and Nash Coombs' great hustle is going to take him down at the 40-yard line. Interception was made by Trey Tennyson. And a beautiful hustle play by Nash Coombs to
Absolutely.
come down the field and prevent what would have been about a 95-yard interception return for a touchdown. A minute 25 and 2 timeouts for the paper makers to work with.
They have 3 receivers on the left.
Stack to the far side. He wants to throw. That pressure's coming. Throws short. And that's Lechner at the 40.
And he can fly.
Running room to the 30 and out of bounds somewhere around the 26-yard line. Boy, he showed good patience in the pocket, though.
Man.
He wanted to go further down the field first on that stack on the far side. And when it wasn't there, he came to Lechner crossing, and it got...
And Lechner can just motor.
Got a good pickup of about 13 yards.
Stop the clock.
First and 10. Lechner's the motion man. Another pass play. Starkle into the slot, wide open. This will be a touchdown to Fisher.
What a turn of events.
Well, Craig, that is the 4th touchdown pass of the first half for Starkle.
Oh, that's really...
Man was open down the hash marks.
Wide open.
So McBriar will line drive it through for the 5th time tonight to make it 35-0. Kimberly 35 and Lincoln nothing. Minute 10 to go, first half.
Just an odd turn of events. You're down there getting ready to score, and the guy
big
picks
interception. Yep. 2 interceptions tonight for Kimberly and a block kick. Those have been 3 swing plays and very much contributed to the 35-0 score. McBriar will kick it away. Schooley moves on it at the 8-yard line, comes up the near sidelines to the 20, and is hit out of bounds about the 26-yard line. 1:06 for the half. 2 timeouts for Lincoln. Four receivers, they stack them on each side. It's Coombs with it, and down he goes at the line of scrimmage. Big old number 64, Trevor Gardner, has really clogged up the middle effectively, hasn't he?
He takes up a lot of space.
Second and 10, throwing. Back man is Lasitza, and he brings it across the 35 to the 37.
First down?
And they will judge it a first down. It's pretty exciting to see a sophomore play at such a high level against
against a very good team.
Yeah, he's going for it again. He picks it up at the 40, and he's taken down after a 3-yard pickup. They stack those receivers. They drive the first man down the field and create a bubble to throw to the trail receiver, and that's the play that they've been using to some effectiveness here with just 12 seconds now to go in the first half. Guys, what's the halftime plan? Are we going to go quiet during halftime, or are we going to show the dance team? What's the plan? Going to take a break. Okay. We'll take a break. So for those of you who are watching live tonight, we'll just turn the sound down and we'll give you a wide shot of the field, and we'll pick up the action again. You might be watching live on either of the local cable systems, on Facebook, on the Wisconsin Rapids Community Media website live stream, any one of those platforms you might be accessing tonight. Again, we'll leave the camera hot, but we'll go cold on the sound over halftime, which is 12 seconds away. And a whistle stops play on the P-lot keeper.
Go procedure, put time on the clock, I think he said.
Still at 12. So here we go now with a second down and 12. Oop, P-lot didn't make the handoff, so he's going to keep it and go down at the 36, and that will be the last play of the first half. 4 touchdown passes by quarterback Cody Starkle. 3 a block punt and 2 turnovers has led to a 35-0 Kimberly lead. We'll take a break for halftime and be back with more Red Raider football on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We will begin this second half with a running clock. So long as Kimberly maintains a 35 or more point lead, we will have a running clock here in the second half. 35-0 Kimberly. By the way, we did a little research, Red Raider fans. Got the chance to talk with Rod Hankey at halftime. Chris Biolo, who's on the Kimberly staff, and Peter Biolo, who is a player on Kimberly, the brother and nephew, respectively, of Red Raider head coach Tony Biolo. So we speculated on that in the first half, and that's in fact correct. Short kickoff is fielded at the 30 and returned across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And there the Papermakers will take over. 35-0 in favor of Kimberly.
Number 36, Peter Rucker. The ball is carried by number 39, Will Heyman.
Yep, so
First and 10.
if you're Kimberly, I guess you take as much time as you want, don't you, Mel?
Yep, you just play deliberately, I would think, might be the way to describe that. Starkle with his 4 touchdown passes in the back pocket starts out the second half by handing it off inside. It's a very short gain.
Nice defense by the Raiders starting off.
So Craig, let me ask you a question. What's the balance, if you're Kimberly, between playing the game and running your offense and being respectful to an opponent? How does that work anymore these days? I don't know.
I actually think it's alive and well in high school, I think. But it's very difficult because, as you know, if you kind of take your foot off the gas, sometimes the other team sneaks up and gets right back there with you. Well, we have a flag down, but I think you just play as hard as you can. You
change play calling? Do you run more?
I
you
really
still
don't.
Throw the ball up top?
If we have a flag down, you may change personnel.
Yep, that's some of the other kids play. Yeah,
that's on Kimberly because they're. Well, and that answers my question. It does not stop on a penalty.
No, running. We've had a kickoff.
Oh, it's.
Oh my.
A chop block on defense.
So, if I understand that right, a Kimberly player was engaged with the Red Raider player. A second Red Raider player came in and hit him low.
Right, yep.
And so that's all the way to Lincoln 40. Anyway, we've had a kickoff and 1 play and a penalty. We're at 9:48 to go.
And now we do. Now it's stopping. Officials timeout. I think Coach Biolo is asking, what do we have here?
Raider fans, nice
block.
Again next Friday on the road at Oshkosh North. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be back home here again for another Thursday night tilt-up September 6th when we host Nina.
1-2. Okay. Just checking on my mic, and I guess we're okay, Art says. We will also be bringing you Assumption football here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. So we'll be trying to remember now from having looked at the Assumption schedule. I think they have 4 home games as opposed to the 5 road games.
They're on the Fridays after Lincoln. It's kind of a double header. The next time Lincoln is here, I believe Assumption plays the next night also. I think that's correct. They both started. I was telling Milt before the game, and I frankly don't remember the teams, but I can't imagine last week a team from Racine, Kenosha area actually played at Hudson, Wisconsin. And they said on the radio it was
border,
343 miles one way to play a football game.
Wow. So Lincoln gets charged for the timeout, their first of the half. And as soon as the official marks the ball ready for play, the running clock will resume. It's Fisher. And he gets 2 to the 38-yard line. Initial penetration made by Caleb O'Neill.
Brought down by number 30, Dakota Shepard.
Boy, Milt, how big is that non-score interception? Because that actually forced the running clock.
Inside handoff, nothing doing. Good
Nice
job
defense by the Raiders.
Interior of the Red Raider defense there. Among those in there, Charles Hartman.
And also a big disadvantage for the Raiders to kick off in the second half.
Yes, it is.
Because they've already burned off, what, Melt? Almost
3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That tackle was made by Dawson Collada.
So here's a third down play, about 8 to go. Starkel's in the pocket, throws the screen. It's wide open to Fisher. First down and more, going to the far sideline, to the pylon. He's going to score the touchdown.
That's a 38-yard completion on screen pass.
So they do stop it on scores. At least they did.
Second time tonight that Fisher and Starkel have connected on a touchdown pass. It's 41-0. And I don't know what the Kimberly, I mean, they've had an incredible run of success. I don't know what the school record is for touchdown passes in a game, but I know Cody Starkel's got 5 tonight, and we have 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. I don't know if he'll get the chance to throw another one tonight, but he's had an incredible night. He's kind of been overlooked in all of this.
Do they have a good kicker? Wow.
And that young man that Craig is referring to is Gavin McBriar. He's a senior, and he also plays linebacker. So, Craig, here it is, 42-0. 8 minutes to go, third quarter, running clock. Realistically now, what do you want to accomplish if you're Lincoln for the last quarter and a half?
Part of you wants to just air it out and go.
Oh, okay.
The other is just to kind of play your game. I don't know. You don't want to you don't concede anything. You almost have to just play it and see what's.
Okay.
Get a break here and two and get back in it. Maybe get the clock under 35, or the score, I should say.
Yeah.
Those 7 points are pretty big if you're Kimberly.
Yep.
I was just watching one of the Raiders came out. Milt looked like he maybe had a shoulder issue. Yeah. He got he was as far as the long jump pit and took a knee, and now he's over. Looks like they're getting.
Well, I can't see him, Craig.
Yeah, just lost him in the crowd too. He's looked like maybe just hate to see that in a game that's 42.
So Kimberly will use a new man to kick off the football, Cam Zybel.
Underclassman, Milt, or?
Let me just check on that.
Boy,
again.
he has a foot too.
Look out. Rucker drops it, now picks it up. Here he comes. He turns the corner nicely at the 20.
Nice return.
24. Is a freshman an underclassman?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Zybel's a freshman.
Very under.
He's still carrying the water bucket to practice, right?
I was just curious. I saw the Lincoln coaches up here. Were they asking you if you had any?
Well, just you know what play calls might work here. It's first and 10 at the 24.
We obviously are looking for something.
Pilon throws short, caught Wallner at the 31, and Samuel will come up to the 34-yard line.
The worst.
He's very close to a first down.
The worst night. Art was here. I was here. I think Milt, you weren't here.
I was gone. Yep.
2 years ago was that, Art, when it was Assumption playoff game.
Yep.
And it was raining cats and dogs, and remember the window fell out next door and went crashing down on the stands. And if you have ever been up here, these are heavy double pane. That would have been terrible. And we heard this loud crash and couldn't figure out what in the world.
Nash Coombs is thrown for a 5-yard loss back at the 30-yard line. So, Craig, what are the prospects this year for Colorado State Pueblo?
They are
Craig's alma mater, by the way.
Alma mater, yeah. They actually they lost some really good players, really good quarterback. They have a couple players in the NFL. One, and I'll have to check the Packers schedule, because Packers roster, I should say. They did have a player. He's, I think, in his 4th year with the Pack. They're going to be very good, I think. That's interference.
Wallner was interfered with. He was open, and
they're really. They've added a couple teams. They're non-conference. They play Dixie State, which you would think would be Dixie. It's actually a school in Utah, named after. I looked it up because it has quite a history. Beautiful campus up in the Rockies, basically up there. And then they turn around and play a tough team, I believe, out of Texas again. And then their conference good. They've really had a nice run of it. They were national champions. I always remember, because it was the year of my appendix. I was at home recovering, watching the game. So that was 2014.
Now whistle will stop the clock at 5:26 in the 3rd.
It's always
now a roll again, Craig. Excuse me, please.
Oh no, always on Labor Day weekend is the big game. Colorado State, Fort Collins against CU.
Running room here for Coombs across midfield, and he gets 8 to the 47.
And they always play
Kimberly.
it at whatever it's called now. We used to call it Mile High Stadium, and then it was something else, and then the company that was the naming rights went out of business. So I don't know don't know what it's called now.
So that still stands.
It's still, yeah. It's the.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was the.
I thought they probably took it down when
it was the Sports Authority field at Mile High, but then Sports Authority company went out of business. So I'm not sure what it's called now.
Pilat throwing it long. Wallner's out there. One-handed deflection at the 23-yard line.
I know the basketball and hockey arena is the Pepsi Center. I know that.
Yep, at Denver. Yep.
Because my buddy and his wife and I, we walked into the Pepsi Center as they were building it.
Oh.
Where we weren't supposed to be, but the workers didn't care.
Didn't get arrested again?
What's this again?
Here we go. 3rd and about 3. Coombs inside, fighting.
Ooh.
And Craig's ooh is because Matthew Iverson put one of the Kimberly defensive
number
players.
70. So that was what, Mel? I'm going to steal your program here for a second.
Remember, Craig's a former offensive tackle.
Michael Iverson, who wrestled heavyweight for Lincoln. He's 285. He pushed down Nathan Moss, who's 238. So not really a fair fight, but. It looked good, though. Good hustle.
Pilat throws the bubble screen. It's caught on the far side. Schooley inside the 40. And on the 4th down play, he's got himself a first down with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this 3rd period. It's 42-0. We'll end our discussion of college football, Craig. This is the inaugural season of football at Indiana Wesleyan University.
Oh, really?
Built a brand new stadium, and the program launches next month.
Are they in
I don't know.
What conference? I'll just be curious.
I don't. I could look it up for you, but I don't know the answer to that.
That's a pretty campus down there.
Yes, it is.
They built it right on campus.
Yep.
Huh?
Yes, they did. Pilat looking near side, throws out to Wallner. That's broken up at the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And if you want to go down to their campus, call us. We'll tell you which way not to go to Chicago.
There's one turn you don't want to take.
It seemed really nice at the time.
The map looked good on the map, but it didn't execute well. Just like the football play can look good on the whiteboard, but doesn't play well.
And remember when we got to the one, and there's that medical center right on the border, and you go over this big viaduct, and the traffic is backed up.
Oh,
it's like, oh man.
Yep. Coombs outside.
Oh, nice move.
First down.
Nice move.
They
Boy, that's
makes
where
you
that,
feel like County Stadium in the late 1970s when they used to holler
Yeah,
for Cecil Cooper. Instead, it's Nash Coombs.
And we were talking before about the running clock, and that's where that touchdown really makes it difficult, because if Lincoln, I get in there and score, you go for 2. Should have tried to get the clock
get it to 34. Yep. Right now, there's a minute 23 to go here in the first half. I wanted to go back and catch up on one other thing as well, Craig. We'll
okay. We'll wait for the play. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Here comes Mr. Coombs again.
Nice block out
20,
there.
15, 10. And down he goes with the penalty.
We have a flag down. Nope. We have a flag out right on the 20-yard line.
Almost has to be offensive, doesn't it?
I don't.
2. There's one on the
it
far
must
side
be just
as well.
by the reaction of the Raiders. I didn't see that. It was sitting right on about the 19-yard line. Legal use of the hands. It was declined.
In for the Red Raiders, number 36, Peter Rucker.
So they
No, they've moved the ball back here to the 36.
Why did he signal they declined it? Did they stop the clock? No.
No, clock's running with 15 seconds.
Because he actually went like this. Oh, I saw the head official signal as if they didn't accept the penalty.
The clock's going to run out here, and the period is going to end. After 3 periods of play, it's 42-0 Kimberly. They outscore the Red Raiders 7-0. Let's take advantage of this break between the third and the fourth quarter. We talked about Lincoln, who we're here doing tonight, and their schedule. We talked about Assumption starting on Friday the 24th. We also want to mention that Art and I will be working in a Port Edwards game. Want to bring you one of their games this year.
8-man football.
And that Tom Kirst will be working on some Nakusa games. So
that's nice.
We got 4 schools covered on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media for the 2018 prep season. So watch your listings for when those will be on live and on tape delay. All kinds of prep action throughout the course of primarily August, September, and the first 2 weeks of October.
And it is a great resource because you can sit and watch all day and you see all kinds of good programming. I wish they'd quit filming me, but that's okay.
Have they been doing that?
Well, yeah, and MC this, and there's Art with the camera right in my face again. And there's the boss right here. Right here. The man with dark hair. The only one in the booth.
Hello. Coombs coming to the near side,
Nice
30.
move.
25-20 down the sideline he goes until he's pushed out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. He has the affection of the crowd because he plays so very hard. He made the play of the night for the Red Raiders on that interception that he sprinted about 60 yards to make the tackle on. Won the hearts of the faithful then.
And I think they stopped the clock by mistake.
Nope, it's rolling.
Well,
but they started it back up.
The official rather violently was moving his arm in a circle.
Oh.
I give the clock operators credit. It would be hard not to.
Bubble screen to Schooley, and he dives down to the 11 or 12-yard line.
First down. First and goal. Right? No, first and 10.
I'm thinking about the 12, so first and 10.
I'm sorry, I was thinking I couldn't see the marker.
Yep, first down will be at the 2-yard line, Craig. Coombs, hit down in the backfield at about the 16-yard line.
Briar Bartlett with a tackle for a loss for the Pigmakers. The Raiders are looking at a 2nd and 15.
So again, the first down's at the 2-yard line. So about 14 yards needed here for a first down. High snap, and again, Coombs is smothered for a loss in the backfield.
97, Logan Wilson with a tackle for a loss for the
All the way back to the 20. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 18 yards to go.
20-yard line.
Big Logan Wilson in there again, Milt.
Yep, he's played a nice game. He is their left defensive tackle, and he's been active, let's say. Pelot looking in the middle, throwing down to the end zone. Broken up, intended for Wallner. And now it'll be 4th down and 18.
You could hear the Rapids crowd there wanting interference.
It looked like he played the ball.
Yeah, it looked like they were both kind of in the same spot, but
here's that 4th down play. Pelot has some time, so he can look. He starts to roll. He looks. Now he's in trouble. He floats one out there. There's a penalty flag. Is that tossed toward the hit on the quarterback?
yeah, that's what it.
So I think that we've got
I don't know.
a chance here that will be against Kimberly and extend the drive. Oh, that's a possibility
sure,
too.
yeah.
He might have thrown it after stepping
he might
past.
have, because the line of scrimmage was the
20.
The Lincoln side of the 20. You're correct, Milt.
Yep.
Coach Biolo's, well, Kimberly's going off the field, so.
So it was he stepped past the line of scrimmage. And so it's a turnover on downs for Kimberly with 8 minutes, 2 seconds to go.
4-yard line. Inverted Raiders, number 27. Garrett Judeman.
New quarterback. And handoff and a big gain across the 30 to the 35-yard line.
Well, he was hit so hard he kind of flew forward 5 yards.
Alex Wolf made the tackle.
Also Inverted Raiders, number 5.
My job, Milt, I've changed where I'm sitting, is not to touch anything.
Yeah. Well, I think Tom's trying to.
He's going to take our picture.
Yes, he is. So.
Oh, there he is. He's
got to sit.
Oh, no.
I've got to sit with
sit like a big boy.
Good posture.
Yeah.
Whoa, big hit in the hole. Nice pop there by the Red Raiders.
This looks kind of nice. You look taller than me. Folks at home.
Once in my life. Or once in my life.
That's a song, isn't it?
Yeah. So now at the 40-yard line, it's 2nd down and 5. Up to the 44-yard line, spinning.
Just under 7 minutes.
Run again by Alex Wolf.
54, Andrew Schutz.
Tom's coming back up, so I'll gladly give him his chair back. At least they didn't knock us off the air.
Well, we're not certain of that yet.
Well,
by the way, the new quarterback is Nick Ferranti. He's a junior.
And he's Italian.
I think that some teams would make a mistake if they said that Kimberly wasn't
good.
Have a chance that they're 6th in a row. I think that could be an error. Was the game at Fond du Lac last week?
I believe it was at Kimberly.
Oh, okay.
I think it was at Kimberly. I saw it was it's a turf field. It looked real, and I guess it was just overflowing with people, obviously.
Wolf again, breaking around the edge into midfield, where he's got a first down on a 3rd down carry.
5.5 minutes to go. Keep thinking it's Friday night.
Chased out of bounds by number 70, Spencer Holmes.
The boss has returned, Milt, so be careful what you say. Art's really the boss, though, isn't it, when you think about it?
And off again to Wolf.
That tackle is made by number 41, Dawson Steckbauer.
This is a 2nd and 5. First down, run, and more. Wolf again steps inside of a would-be tackler and goes to the 23-yard line.
They are just a good team. Probably they're a great team.
Craig, correct me if I'm wrong now.
Another penalty, right?
So that will take this play off the books and move it back into Lincoln territory at the 46. So you got to get to a winning record to be playoff eligible.
I believe you need 5 wins, 5 out of 9. Isn't that right?
Right. You play 9 regular seasons. So you got to get to 5 wins.
You need 5. Yep. You need 5 wins.
So you've dropped your first 2. It just means you just got to fight to 5. You got to fight to 6.
Yep.
You just got to.
And it doesn't get very easy.
No. Here's Wolf again. Oh, sifting through the defense at the 40. He's got all that yardage back and a first down at the Lincoln 38.
You just have to look at Isaac Diaz. I was watching him come in.
If you have that ticket, please report to the press box. Let you're winning. Again,
he's a
6'9",
junior.
5'3", 180.
Pitch back here to number 46. This is Silas Savage.
Silas Savage, number 46, will pay makers for that run.
And he goes to the 32-yard line.
2nd down.
Well, Craig, you have yourself a great Labor Day holiday out in the mountains.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the flip side when Lincoln's back home to take on Neenah. How about that?
I will look forward to it. Neenah, if I have that correct, Neenah beat Spash rather handily last week.
Savage again. He fights to about the 30-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and short, and 2 minutes and 12 seconds remains.
And you had mentioned, Milt, about the numbers, and at halftime I was standing out there and I was talking to, I think he's a staff member at Lincoln, but he was talking about, he has some affiliation over in that area, and he was talking to one of the coaches, I think JV coach at Kimberly, and they said, we hate to say this, but we almost have too many players. I mean, they're just absolutely loaded with players.
Savage around the corner for a first down, fighting down the sideline, still on his feet. Pushed out of bounds around the 13-yard line. The numbers that it's referring to is the rosters that we're given for the game. 86 players listed on the Kimberly varsity roster. 86.
You too.
52 players listed.
And we had at least one or two that weren't on the roster, right? No, so
33 isn't.
yeah,
Now that
so
could be
it might
another
be
number. But
yeah, that's true. So they have roughly 90, almost 90 players.
Yep, to 50 if you want to round them off. So here's a final minute of the football game. Raiders looking to stiffen here and keep Kimberly out of the end zone one final time. Silas Savage was the young man carrying the football there. 40 seconds to go.
A run one more, maybe.
Yeah, what kind of play clock? 25 seconds in high school? Does that sound right?
Yeah, and if they're going to take a knee, I think, just out of respect for Lincoln.
Okay, here we go.
That's classy there.
All right, so that's going to be it. Now, the football game ends. Cody Starkle throws 5 touchdown passes. Kimberly's defense comes up with 2 big interceptions. And Kimberly bounces back from their first loss in 71 games to beat Lincoln tonight 42-0. In spite of all of that, it was our joy to bring it to you. And so for Art Napgezek, Tom Laux, and Craig Tim, my name is Milt Van Natta. Thank you for joining us for Lincoln Red Raider football tonight, and be sure to join us as this season continues on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
The Raiders are on the road next week.